In the book A Man of the People by Chinua Achebe, we meet a character by the name of Odili Samalu, a young man who decided, in an election, to go against his former teacher and Nigerian strongman Chief Nanga, whom Odili the narrator describes as a man of the people. Nanga is an approachable man who, through his speeches, represents every nature of an African politician. But as Odili continues with his narration, we realize Nanga does not practice what he preaches. At one point Odili narrates a circumflex euros that if Nanga was a born politician he could get away with almost anything he said or did. And as long as men are swayed by their hearts and stomachs, and not their heads, the chief Nangas of this world will continue to get away with anything. He had that rare gift of making people feel a circumflex euros, even while he was saying harsh things to them a circumflex euros, that there was not a drop of ill will in his entire frame. A circumflex euros. Does this sound familiar in our politics today? Is there a chief Nanga among our current crop of politicians? The answer is a big yes. The Kenyan chief Nanga is not in the form of an individual, but a political outfit that is led by opposition leader Raila Odinga. This is NASA, previously CORD, which is made up of several political parties led by ODM. One may ask how NASA qualifies to be chief Nanga. Well, since the December 27, 2007, general election, the opposition has made it clear that once it loses an election, it must force itself on the duly elected one. The opposition a circumflex euros ODM, CORD and now NASA a circumflex euros has promised its supporters heaven on earth, and created a cultic following that believes everything it says. But just like Chief Nanga, it is all talk with no substance, as we witnessed when ODM forced itself into government after the 2007 election. 10 years after causing the 2007 electoral violence crisis, NASA is on a mission to cause another and force itself into government in the name of no election. All the obstacles that are being created by NASA are aimed at creating a crisis that denies Kenyans the chance to go to the ballot. NASA is hoping that as a result they can force the creation of a circumflex euros caretaker government. A circumflex euros, something that exists neither in our constitution nor any other law. And so the major question is, why is NASA so interested in the so-called caretaker government? In my view, the opposition wants to keep the country in an unending state of political anxiety by ensuring that an illegal outfit called a caretaker government is put in place. This will help NASA take a circumflex euros a circumflex euros of state institutions and frustrate the a circumflex euros' efforts until an election is held. All the leaders in NASA have been in government before, including the chaotic Grand Coalition government, in which they were instrumental in creating the chaos. They know the beauty and benefit of being in government, and another 5 years is a long time to wait. This is why Kenyans must be cautious with an election calls by NASA, because they are not aimed at helping the country. These calls are only aimed at ensuring the country gets into a crisis for their own individual selfish interests. Like Chief Nanga, NASA is prepared to charm its supporters with the promises of milk and honey in Canaan. A critical look at NASA LEADERS circumflex euros pasts, however, shows they are only interested in delivering milk and honey to their own homes. NASA is scared of the election because it cannot win, and this is why its leaders are crying foul at every turn. NASA knows many Kenyans have a problem with the IEBC. But instead of working with others to get solutions, it is only interested in pushing the country into a constitutional crisis. Political and communications consultant at Matchel Wakanda.